good? I hope so. It is really like I haven't filmed in 2 months. Because guess what? I haven't. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Claire and this is Claire's Neverland of Books. Today we're going to be going over my September TBR. But first, we kind of need to talk because I have been very MIA. Life has just been rough. I'm starting to get out of this really deep depression that I was in and starting to enjoy reading again because I was in a slump for the last 2 months. A life slump, a reading slump. I discovered K-pop and hyper-fixated on it, and so now we need to get back into reading. So here we are with my September TBR, as always picked by my prompt jar. I think I'm just going to start picking 6 prompts and not doing a punishment pull if I don't complete it, because 6 is a good variety. The month of September, I will be participating in the Readathon Rebellion hosted by Mel over at Melanor Reads. I will leave her announcement video down in the description box below. This is a month-long team-based readathon, but we are one huge team and we have to help break the rebel leader out of jail. So there is a fun board that I'm going to be playing throughout the month. I think I'm going to roll as I go on that. So I'll roll my first prompt here after I go through my prompt jar. Other than that, no other readathons. I have a couple of book club books that I would like to read this month. One of them being my book club book, so I have to read it this month. But I'll talk about those at the end if they don't fit into my prompts. So let's just go pick a prompt. Prompt number 1. Book with a playlist. This is perfect. I put this in my prompt jar because a lot of books now, the authors will create a playlist of songs that they listened to while they were writing it or that they feel fits the story. And this actually is perfect because my book club, Knee Deep Book Club, we're going to be reading Leave Me Behind by K.M. Moronova. There is a lovely playlist here. So it's perfect for this prompt. This was a indie book that just got picked up and republished recently. Actually, Tuesday, the 2nd, it just came out. It is a dark military bully romance. Color me intrigued. I got the audiobook and I did start listening to it at work the other day. And I don't think this is a listen at work book because the spice was spicing at chapter 2. I will be picking this up though. It is about a girl, Nell, who was the lone survivor of her elite Dark Force squad, the Riot Squad, after an event that happened 2 years prior where another group lost one member of their squad, the Malum Squad, and she is now put on the Malum Squad because military still needs her skills, and the Malum Squad is out to get her because they blame her squad for their one person's death. And the night before she reports for duty, she is on a flight to California where she's going to report, and she ends up in between these 2 twin brothers, and one of them she might end up having a one-night stand with because she's about to go back into the military and is just not going to be able to have fun anymore. So she hooks up with him, not knowing that he is the deadly lethal Bones of the Malum Squad who has it out for her the most. I don't know if he knows who she is at this point. I don't think he does, but the setup is really good so far. I was really enjoying it. I'm literally only on chapter 3. Very excited to continue and read this. I will leave the link to my book club on Fabled down below. It is free to join. Come join us and talk about this book with me, please. I'm so excited for this one. Okay, prompt number 2. Oh, let's go with this one. First person. Okay, let me check one book in particular to see if it is first person. No, that one is not first person. I think for this one, I'm gonna go with Nightshade by Autumn Woods. This is a dark academia romance that's been all over Instagram recently. I know that Tori from A Novel Life read it recently and enjoyed it, and I've just been intrigued by it. It's also got sports in it too. I think he's a rugby player and she's a swimmer. I think it's a little reluctant allies to lovers, enemies to lovers thrillers-ish. But this is about Ophelia who wants revenge. She goes to Sorrowsong University, which is in the Scottish Highlands, where only students from the most powerful families go, but she got in on a rare scholarship that gives her the opportunity to investigate her parents' accidental death that happened on campus grounds. She ends up coming across Alex, who is the son of her prime suspect of who she thinks killed her parents, and he is a monster hiding beneath a beautiful facade. Definitely sounds like a little enemies to lovers. Dark mafia vibes are in there too. I don't know what to expect, but I'm really excited for this one. I've been needing some dark romance in my life again that seemed to help me a little bit out of my slump. At the end of August, I reread a book that was a really dark romance, so excited to put this one on the list as well. Okay, prompt number 3. Oh, is that one? This one. Why choose? Oh, this is perfect. This one I'm going to be doing Rising Rain by Tessa Hale. This is book 3 in the Crescent Creek series. This is the final book in the series as well. I will be getting an arc of this like the second week of the month. I think they gave me a date, I forget. But this comes out at the end of September, but this is a Why Choose paranormal romance. So that is perfect for this. Book 1, Crescent Kingdom, follows Ren, who we met in the Dragons of Ember Hollow series that took place before this. They are standalone series, like she was just a side character that we met. She was on the run and she was running away from Ember Hollows and ended up in Crescent Creek, thinking that she would be safe here, that no supernatural were really here, but then come to find out a wolf pack lives here, and so she determines that it's not safe for her to be there anymore and wants to continue running. Come to find out they are her mates, so she ends up stuck there. Not stuck, but she ends up staying with them, getting to know them and falling in love with them, and lots of things happen from there. She's obviously on the run from someone or something, and they're all trying to protect her the best they can. So this is the conclusion to that, and I'm very excited for it. I absolutely love Tessa Hale. She is a fun time popcorn read, I would call them, where you don't need a lot of brain power. You can just sit down, read it in one sitting. They always are typically like 250 pages too, so they're relatively short, but very excited for this one once it hits my Kindle. All right, prompt number 4. Let's go. Oh, no. I wanted that one. I lost it. Okay, this one. Gold or silver lettering. Okay. Ooh, these are perfect. Okay, I want to be kind to myself and not just put a bunch of books on the TBR, so we're gonna put some manhwas on the TBR. So, like I said, I have fallen down the K-pop rabbit hole, which I have learned that one of the record labels in Korea is called HYBE. It is who BTS is with, but they partnered with Is Press and have created manhwas regarding their K-pop groups. So this one, the Star Seekers, is with Tomorrow by Together, which I'm gonna be seeing next week. I'm very excited about. I am back in my like concert going era, which I love because I love live music. So to be able to go see some of these groups that I've been discovering has been so much fun. So this one is with Tomorrow by Together, and it's an idol manhwa of some kind. I don't really know. I picked it up specifically because it was TXT. And then I also have Dark Moon, the Blood Altar, which is featuring Hyphen, which is another group with HYBE. This one is vampires, I think. This one is idols. I don't really know much else about them besides that. That's all I want to know. But they both have silver foiling on them, silver lettering on the covers. So this works for that prompt. I will put both of them on here because I plan to read both of them relatively soon. Okay, prompt number 5. Oh. This one. Paranormal. Oh, does that count? I think it counts, and I think I should do it. That's scary. I have been lucky enough to be on Melissa K. Rorick's ARC team, and come Monday, something is going to hit my Kindle, and I am so excited for it, and I feel like it's fitting that I should put this in for this prompt because while it is romantasy, it does have vampires, which are also paranormal. Some might think this is a bit of a stretch, but vampires to me are paranormal, whether a fantasy setting or urban setting, which the series is an urban setting, and that is Dawn of Chaos and Fury, book 4 to the Legacy series. This doesn't come out until November, so the fact that it's hitting my Kindle this month is so exciting, and I need to read this book because the way book 3 left off, and I've heard the prologue because at a Polycon she had the Bordeaux narrators narrate the prologue for us, and it was amazing. So I need this, like I need air to breathe. So Dawn of Chaos and Fury is gonna go on for Paranormal. I'm counting it. My game, my rules. So excited for this one. Book 1 is Reign of Shadows and Endings. This follows Tessa, who is a fae, and in this world the fae can end up bound to a legacy to enhance their power and give them more power as their source. And typically the legacy know who they're going to pick when they come of age to pick their fae. So the faes are typically groomed for this position, but in comes Theon. Oh, our lovely Theon boy. Oh, I love Theon. He doesn't know who he's going to pick, and he has a run-in with Tessa, and he decides he's going to pick Tessa, and it throws off a whole line of events because Tessa is not one to do as she's told, and the fae that are bound to these legacy typically fall to their knees and do exactly as they're told. So it's a battle between Theon and Tessa and his best friend Luca as well. Oh, Luca, my boy. But where book 3 left off, I need book 4. So I'm so excited that I'm getting that one, and I will be diving into it as soon as I can. God, I hope I love it. I'm terrified for this book ending, but I'm so ready for it. All right, last one, prompt number 6. Oh, this one. Author you've loved before. Okay, for this one, I'm going to put What Fury Brings by Tricia Levenseller. I have read numerous books from her and really enjoyed them. And this book comes out at the end of the month, but I have an e-arc of it, so I should have already read it by now. But we're not going to talk about it. We're going to get to it when we get to it. Hopefully this month. That is the plan. But this is her adult romantasy debut. She typically writes YA fantasy romance, so I'm interested to see the growth between that and adult. Now, I've heard really mixed reviews about this book, and I think it's probably because people are going in expecting an epic romantasy, and I know from Tricia's writing that that's not what we're gonna get. Her writing has a very simple tone to it, which I really enjoy. It's a really good palate cleanser in between the epic romantasy that I tend to read. So, like, her book, The Shadow Between Us, was the first book that I read by her, and I really loved it. It was a short, I think 300-page fantasy romance that was just very simple but to the point, and I loved it. So I know to expect that from her writing. I think I will fall on the more enjoyment side of this book, but we shall see. This book is about a warrior general who must kidnap and train a husband in order to take her rightful place as queen. There is a shortage of men in the kingdom of Amara. After a failed rebellion against the matriarchy, most noblemen in the country are dead. Now the women of Amara must obtain their husbands, should they want one, by kidnapping them from other kingdoms. Olira, a warrior princess vying for the throne, is determined to prove her worth by kidnapping a husband, but not just any husband. To outmaneuver her treacherous cousin, she needs the best. Fortunately, the second-born prince of the greatest enemy is widely known for both his looks and his sweet, docile temperament. He is the perfect choice to secure her claim to the throne. Xenos, heir to the kingdom of Brutus, has nothing but contempt for the idea of a society ran by women. Trained from birth to fight, lead, and follow in his father's overbearing footsteps, his path has always been set, until he takes his younger brother's place in a drunken prank and finds himself kidnapped, carted off to the Armanian palace, and informed that he is to become the husband of the queen potential Olira. Xenos needs to escape before anyone learns his real identity, and the more he gets to know his captor, the less sure he is of what he truly wants. So in this world, the roles are switched, where typically you see men ruling the country, ruling the world, and here the women have taken over this country. So I'm really excited to see Tricia's take on this. I know that she's talked about the content warnings and has stated numerous times that people need to check those before they go into reading this. It does seem like it's going to have like a captor-captive relationship vibe to it, which I personally love. I don't have an issue with that, so I'm hoping that I really enjoy this one. I'll report back. that is my 6 picks for my TBR. I also do want to read this month A Tongue So Sweet and Deadly by Sophia St. Germain. This is the Not So Indie Archive pick for the month of September, which is Cassidy and Mel's buddy read together on their Patreon. This book has been all over the place. Again, my friend Tori from A Novel Life read this one recently and was absolutely obsessed with it, so I have been really wanting to read it. I know she said there's trials in it which weren't talked about in the synopsis. This says the half-fae Elisa could have had everything, literally, since her magic allows her to compel anyone to do her bidding by merely looking into their eyes. The world was at her feet. But after a tragic accident, she is thrown into the Fae King's dungeons and forced to swear a blood oath to him, binding her to his service. 5 years later, she's living amongst humans in Elo and has created a life for herself, as much as she can, with the king's promise to call in his debt looming over her head. When he finally comes to collect, she is made to infiltrate the human elections to determine whether the current regent is involved in the strange things happening in the land of Fae. With the promise of freedom from the king's claws, Elisa is determined to see it through. Liberty is within reach as long as she can keep the lethal Fae guard watching over her from eliminating her before she unearths the information the king seeks. But as she grows closer to the brooding human regent and secrets begin to unravel, Elisa realizes greater forces may be at play, and she might stand before the choices between her own freedom and that of a nation. Sounds very political, which I love, and sounds like a good time. I like that idea of magic where she can just compel someone like that. It gives Vampire Diary vibes. If you know, you know. So I'm very intrigued by this one. I did pick it up on audio, so I'm hoping to put it on at work one of these days and just get it started and going. So this is definitely high on my priority list for September. Okay, and then for the Readathon Rebellion, I'm gonna put Mel's lovely, beautiful map up here, and I'm gonna roll, she said either a d6 or 2d6 to get across the board, but I think I want to roll a d8 instead to help me across the board faster, but not too fast, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna pull up a generator because I'm too lazy to dig my dice out. They're somewhere over here, and that seems like a lot of work right now. Okay, we are gonna roll a 4. Oh, I think that gets us to the first objective. So within the Readathon Rebellion, there are 4 objectives. Those are the prompts that you have to complete to get to the end of the map, whether you land on them or not. If you land past them, you have to still complete that one and the prompt that you land on. Okay, our first objective is 2+ points of view, which just means more than 2 points of view, which for this one, really any book could work. But I think I'm gonna go with Leave Me Behind because this is something that I'm gonna read now. I could also do Rising Rain, but I'm not going to get that till the 15th, so we'll put Leave Me Behind in for that one because this is dual point of view. It follows both Nell and Bradshaw, so that will fit for this prompt. Exciting. Okay, that is all that I have for my TBR. There are obviously going to be other books that I would like to read, but I'm not going to put pressure on myself on this first month back after everything. So let me know down in the comments below what you're reading this month. Do you listen to K-pop? If so, what bands? Let me know because I'm listening to Stray Kids, ATEEZ, TXT, and ENHYPEN, and that's a lot. These bands are a lot, but I'm having a great time. So let me know down in the comments below. Message me on Instagram. We can talk K-pop together if you'd like. If you would like to leave me an emoji, just say you were here. Leave me a music related emoji. Anyone, your choice. And I would really appreciate it if you gave this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, guys. Bye!